Hi people, welcome to MYVIRGINKITCHEN.com, blog number 27. Today I'm going to be making pineapple upside down cake, which is something that's been around for years, a pudding. Apparently the Victorians used to eat it in the good old days, or in the Victorian times, with a nice cup of tea on a Sunday afternoon typically, and it is a Sunday today, so why not give it a go? I have made one of these before actually at home economics class when I was at secondary school. It came out okay, but unfortunately it was a big walk to my house, so when I was walking back home with it, this is one of 3 dishes that I actually ended up tipping up all over the floor. So by the time I got home and showed it to my mum and said, oh look what I made, it was actually like a kind of like an upside down and all over the place cake. But never mind, we'll see if we can avoid that today. It is February, which means it's a new calendar for Richard Hammond, for Becky. So yeah, February's quite a good month for cooking. We've got Pancake Day coming up, and I'll be doing a Valentine's special next week. Should be quite good. And then obviously we've got Easter and things like that coming up in the next couple of months, so it should be all pretty exciting. Anyway, I'm just going to go through this roughly. You need pineapples, a tin of, rings with the juice as well, plain flour, bicarbonate of soda, baking powder, 2 eggs, butter, cherries, caster sugar and normal sugar, like granulated sugar, just a little bit, and some coconut, which the recipe doesn't actually tell you to do that, but I thought I'd be a little bit crazy and add that in there to give it a bit more of a funky taste. I've also got one of these like funky tins, you know, where like the base pops off. The actual internet site that I've got this recipe from told me not to do that because it could spill out, but I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. But I think these things actually like double up as those things that magicians use in their act, you know, when they can, ooh, where's the hand? Anyway, first thing you got to do anyway is I'm gonna put this together and grease the tin with the butter. So let's get going. Yeah. Okay, so I've greased my tin. That's all well oiled and basted, and whatever word you want to use to describe that. The smaller of the sugar, the granulated, I've just put into there, and what we're going to do is just spread it all around the tin, like that. So it's nice and well covered. I'm going to leave a little bit there, you know, obviously for weight loss, so I'm not going to use it all. So that's all spread around, give it a shake. And then we're going to get our pineapple rings and put them in the bowl. So I'm going to do that, and then you'll magically appear, and then it'll be full of pineapple pieces, just like boom. Ta-da! There you go. There is a pineapple festival in a tin. So yeah, they all fit in quite neatly. What I want you to do now is imagine that these pineapples are basketball nets, and these cherries are your basketball. So basically, you put your cherries in the holes, and then any other gaps like here and here, put a cherry in there, because it's just a gap. It needs some cherry loving. So make it feel wanted. Look at this t-shirt I'm wearing actually from snorgtees.com. I'll put a link on the video description. I'm pretty pleased with the cherry on top. And, you know, coincidence, eh? I like it. It's good. Thank you. So I'm gonna keep doing that and show you how it comes out. And there we go. That's what it looks like. So that is basically the top, even though that's the base, but because it's an upside down cake, that's what it's going to be the top. Pretty much done. Leave a little bit of juice to one side because you're going to need that from the pineapple. So yeah, bear that in mind. And let's get on to the next step. Okie doke. So the next thing to do is to grab a bowl. I'll put your flour and your butter in there, 100 grams of each. Your sugar. 100 grams of sugar, that goes in as well. Teaspoon of baking powder, I'll just spill a little bit, so about 3/4 of a teaspoon goes in as well. 1/4 of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Crack your 2 eggs, I'm not going to do that live because I want to make sure I don't get any shell. And put that in there, and I'm also going to put my coconut in as well. So stir it together until you get a sort of battery mix, and then add in about 2 tablespoons of the pineapple juice from your tin, just to thin it out a little bit. Okay, so let's see how we get on. Woo! Okay, doke. So just wanted to show you, it's like almost like a pasty texture now already. That's only been a couple of minutes, just stirring it round. I'm just going to keep doing that for a teeny bit more, and then I'm going to add in the pineapple juice, and then we should be able to put it on the pineapples. So we're getting there. Okay, so we're really nearly there. I've poured the pineapple juice in there, so you can see it's nice and runny now. We're just going to pour that onto the tin. Okay, so I'm going to do that here. I have got a really good pineapple joke actually. Actually, no, it's rubbish. Basically, there's 3 guys on an island, and there's a group of cannibals find them and go, go and find us 10 fruits and we'll spare your lives. So the first man runs off and goes and finds 10 apples, and he comes back and they say, we want to see you put these apples up your bum, and if you can do that without laughing or wincing, then we'll spare you. So the first guy, he shoves the first apple up his bum and he bursts into laughter, so the cannibals eat him. The second guy comes back with some grapes, so he's doing quite well. He gets to the 9th grape and then he bursts out with laughter, so the cannibals eat him. So then up in heaven, the guy number 1 and guy number 2 are talking to each other, and they say, guy number 1 says to him, why did you laugh? And guy number 2 says, because I saw the third guy coming up with a bunch of pineapples. That's not really very funny, is it? Anyway, I wasted the time, and let's have a look at this. Still a little bit of mixture left, but if we just flatten this out a little bit, you can see that the main thing is to get it to cover every little bit of the pineapple, like that. Can you see that? So if any bits of cherry stick up, you've got to spread it out. So just keep doing that till you're happy. And then all you got to do is, my oven is preheated, gas mark 6. I should have probably told you that at the beginning actually, but never mind. Shove it in there for 30 minutes and then we should be able to flip it over and eat it. Yum. Just to show you it going in, guys, it's all nice and flat, covered most of the pineapple. Got nearly every cranny out of that mixture as I can, and we're just going to shove that in the top shelf, in there in the oven for half an hour, and probably give it a turn halfway through. Okie dokes, I've just taken it out of the oven. It's like that. Let's flip it over. This is going to be the exciting bit. Right. Undo this bit as well. Whoa! That's not a bad effort. Okay, so I'm missing 2 bits of pineapple, so I'm going to get them out of there. So let me just quickly transfer those over. Et voila, there we go. So never even noticed that the pineapple was stuck in there, did we? So that looks pretty darn good. I'm not going to eat it because I'm actually going to take it over to my sister's for her birthday and let everyone have a bit of it. But have a go yourself and see how you get on.